OELPA Practice Test 2026 Ohio English Language Proficiency Assessment Exam Questions Test Prep. Question 1. The OELPA assessment is designed for which group of students? Students gifted in mathematics, English language learners, ELs, students in physical education, graduate students only. OELPA stands for Ohio English Language Proficiency Assessment, used to measure progress in English. Question 2. Which of the following is not one of the 4 domains tested by OELPA? Listening, calculus, reading, speaking. The 4 domains are listening, reading, speaking, and writing. Question 3. How are OELPA results primarily used? To determine a student's grade in history, to monitor progress in English proficiency and determine if services are still needed, to assign students to sports teams, to measure height and weight. The test measures how well students are learning English for academic success. Question 4. Which grade bands are typically used for OELPA administration? Only grade 1, K, 1, 2 to 3, 4 to 5, 6 to 8, 9 to 12. Only grades 9 to 12, grades 1 to 5 only. OELPA uses specific grade level bands to ensure age-appropriate assessment. Question 5. In the speaking domain, students might be asked to write a 10-page essay, describe a picture or summarize a story orally, solve an algebra problem, draw a map of the world. Speaking tasks involve verbal interaction and description. Question 6. The writing domain often includes tasks such as dictation and composing short responses, singing a song, running a race, cooking a meal. Writing tasks measure the ability to express ideas in written English. Question 7. What does EL stand for in an educational context? Early Learning Laboratory, English Language Learner, Extended Lesson Link, Elementary Language Level. EL refers to students whose primary language is not English and who are learning English. Question 8. OELPA is aligned with which standards? English Language Proficiency, ELP, standards, Olympic Training Standards, Cooking Competition Standards, Music Theory Standards. The test is aligned with the state's ELP standards for academic language. Question 9. A student who is proficient on the OELPA typically knows no English, has demonstrated the English skills necessary for a general education classroom without specialized support, needs a translator for every word, is only good at speaking. Proficiency indicates readiness to exit EL services. Question 10. How is the OELPA typically administered? Only on paper, primarily online through a secure browser, through a telephone interview only, as a group project. Most state assessments, including OELPA, are now computer-based. Question 11. Which domain measures a student's ability to understand spoken English? Reading, listening, writing, speaking. Listening assessments use audio recordings to test comprehension. Question 12. What happens during a guest session on the practice site? The scores are sent to the college. Students can practice the test without needing a formal login. The student gets a prize. The computer shuts down. Guest sessions allow students and families to familiarize themselves with the testing interface. Question 13. In the reading domain, students are often asked to read a passage and answer comprehension questions, write a poem, perform a play, listen to a song. Reading tasks assess the ability to understand written texts. Question 14. The proficiency levels in OELPA generally range from pass or fail, level 1, beginning, to level 5, advanced, A to Z, 0 to 1000. Proficiency is measured across a spectrum of development. Question 15. Why are there grade bands instead of just one test for all? To make it more confusing. To ensure the language and content are developmentally appropriate for the age group. Because there are not enough copies. To save money. Language expectations increase as students move through grade levels. Question 16. What is a rubric used for in the OELPA writing domain? To clean the computer screen. To provide a standardized guide for scoring student responses. To schedule the test date. To translate the test into Spanish. Rubrics ensure consistent and fair grading of written work. Question 17. The speaking domain is scored by other students, the computer or trained raters using a rubric, parents, no one. Trained professionals or automated systems evaluate the oral responses. Question 18. Academic English is different from social English because social English is harder. Academic English is the language used in textbooks and classrooms. Social English is only used on weekends. They are the same. Academic English involves specialized vocabulary and complex structures used in schooling. Question 19. Students with disabilities taking the OELPA may use the answers from a friend. Approved accommodations as specified in their IEP or 504 plan. A dictionary for every word. No assistance is allowed. Accommodations ensure the test measures proficiency without being hindered by a disability. Question 20. How often is the OELPA administered? Once every 4 years. Annually, once a year. Every month. Only once in a student's life. The annual assessment tracks year-to-year progress in English development.